I've always loved to create. It started early, whether that was on paper or online, anything where I was building anything, I loved to create. I found creation to be the greatest joy of life, giving value, creating meaningful structures, whether that was in video games, in class, with friends, or with family. As I grew older, my love for creation was lost. Things like university, a corporate job, a suit and tie pulled away that love for creation. I moved to a large S&P 500 company and I lost that love and art for creativity. It was replaced with process, bureaucracy, and systems. In a desire to regain my creativity, I found myself pursuing entrepreneurial pursuits outside of my 9 to 5. I ran alcohol-fueled parties at racecourses with 2,000 people ahead. I created labor forces in hospitality and even made an automated horse betting bot that made me my first million. I got a taste for what was possible. I decided to leave my corporate job and go all in on a climate tech startup in Singapore. This took me overseas, it took me to places like Bali, and I got exposed to what was possible as an entrepreneur. We raised millions in capital and went from 4 to 54 people in the space of 18 months. I got exposed to the power of government contracts, commodity trading, and seeing the real underbelly of the modern day businessman. However, I looked around and I struggled to resonate with anyone. I struggled to see a pathway for me for the next 5 years, let alone 20. I watched as people put their health aside to chase wealth and left their wives at home to stay with the stewardess or the waitress. My early 20s had been formative for me. I'd always been that guy. The guy out partying, the loudest, the confident, the most brash. This pursuit for pleasure had landed me in the home of pleasure, Ibiza, for my 24th birthday. After countless sleepless nights, I returned home to Sydney, broken and lost in more than one way. I decided that 75 days of sobriety would sharpen me up. Not so much sharpen me physically, as I'd already been training, but mentally. I needed the discipline to move away from pleasure and find a more fulfilling life path. I started a journey for the next 75 days that would alter the course of my life forever. 75 days of training twice a day, clean eating, 4 liters of water, journaling, talking to strangers every day, and the last and arguably most important, posting every single day. This was the first time I documented my journey. Up until now, everything I'd done had been in the shadows, in the privacy of my own contained world. What went from 75 days of accountability turned into the biggest opportunity of my life. By the end of the 75 days, I'd hit over 100,000 followers. I'd launched my online coaching business and was doing more than $40,000 a month, almost a third of my yearly salary. And at that point, just before Christmas, I decided to go all in. Fast forward today, I'm now going all in on long form. This is the next stage of my content journey and an opportunity to give you an insight into everything I've built over the last 18 months. I've coached over 16,000 people. I've got an Amplify community of over 500 people, and we've helped over 2,500 people with their individual content journeys. We've built in-person events like Coffee and Chill. We've done run clubs with 500 plus people. I've traveled all over the world, meeting both my heroes and people that have mutually respected me because of what I've created, both online and in person. I've hired friends, I've changed lives, and I brought people along the way as I've grown. In this chapter, it's an effort to document the real insight as I continue to grow and build out my dreams. This will work both in accountability to ensure that I stick to the small habits to make those dreams possible, but also to give you insight into what it's really like and not just a highlight reel on Instagram. I am the biggest believer in total ownership of your life. It is all your fault, in the best and in the worst way. If you don't like your environment, change it. If you don't like who you are surrounded by, change it. If you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror, change it. If you don't like your life the way it is, change it. Welcome to a pursuit of life design over making $100 million. Although at this point, I believe both are very possible. Han's our amazing friend and masseuse, and she's now massaged the whole crew, pretty much. Seb? I heard about Seb.
Oh, did you see the video?
Mm-hmm.
Seb can sing
Seb can do many things.
Oh, Seb is the one in Thailand.
Nice sunny day, and we are approximately 70 days out from the China Marathon. It's along the Great Wall of China, 5,000 stairs, 3,000 meters of incline. The fastest time anyone's ever run it is like 3:30, which most marathon times are like 2:10 for the fastest people. So I think under 5 hours is a good achievement. So might as well get some reps in. 30-degree heat in China. This is good training. Let's go. That's tough.
Just finished up a session at Virtus. We're training for the China Marathon at the moment. So did some stairs this morning and then a heavy strength session. We had a 5x5 on deadlifts, wide grip pull-ups with some Nordic curls, and then we did bent over rows with a dumbbell superset with some tricep overhead extensions. Good session. Been training super hard at the moment. So trying to get a lot of strength work in so we can complement all the running we're doing. Thank you to Rawson and Hamish and all the crew here, such legends. If you're in Bondi, please come and check out this place. It's where Jake and I both train, and we absolutely love it here.
Happy Sunday. If there's anything I've learned, the early bird gets the worm. We're about to hit a session with Lululemon. It's a gym session. They've got some gear, some shoes. Lululemon's always been one of those brands I'd love to work with. But yeah, so just whittling away at it, meeting some of the team. And then it's my brother's birthday today. We've got a run with Stefan's Way. If you've seen any of his content, run with him. He leaves tomorrow, so we're getting a little run before he goes. Then heading out on the boat, going for a little breakfast with my brother, which would be nice, and a few calls. Yeah, should be a fun day. Anyone wanted to know what it looks like behind the scenes of a PR event? This is exactly what it looks like. The full fit out. Yeah, so I think we're just on for a workout.
In this life, I gotta get rich, I can't be broke. I was asking favors, and everyone telling me.
Just finished up with Lulu. We're now going to go see Stefan's Way. We're going to go get a run with him. I'm a little bit late. Sorry, Stefan, if you're seeing this. The event went over. Pretty excited. I'm going to stop filming while I drive because it's probably potentially dangerous. And yeah, we'll see you on the run. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. How you doing?
Here for a run. Thank you for waiting. Sorry.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Don't
went
worry
like
about
way
it.
over.
Don't worry about it.
Cool. Should we run that way? And
Yeah, you tell me, man. I'm gonna follow you.
Yeah, perfect.
You know how sticky it gets. You know how sticky it gets.
All right, run with Stefan done. Now it is time to go and see my lovely brother. Happy birthday, Jed. He's just turned 26. He lives in Surrey Hills in Sydney. Cool to have my brother in Sydney as well. He came to Sydney a little bit after me because he came for a software engineering job. He's incredibly smart. I reckon Jed, my brother, is probably the smartest person I've ever met, which is awesome to be able to call him my brother. Such a legend. And yeah, got him this, which we picked up in Korea. Some cool Solomon gear as we're heading to Chamonix together in April for a bit of spring skiing, so I thought it would be a good gift. So good to be close to family. Also had a call with Lucas Beck today, so bring on Lucas as an Amplify athlete. Really good to touch base with him. We've connected once or twice before. I have this vision to create a piece of software. I feel like I'm really fixated and focused on helping content creators scale at the moment. One of the biggest parts of scaling is two sides, ideation and execution. Obviously with the ideation, it's about coming up with new relevant ideas, and that can be a mixture of internal and external ideation. Internal comes from your own narrative, story, your USP, unique selling proposition, all the things you've gone through. And then external ideation really comes from trending audio, mirroring other people, taking winning parts of content strategies that are out there, and then building them into your own. As part of the journey to try and make content creation more accessible to people, looking at developing some templates. So a piece of software, which predominantly would be basically creating my own editing app. I've got a great MVP out at the moment, which we use CapCut's templating software. But the vision for what I want to create is something that would be able to scrape Instagram for ideation, be able to buy niche. So let's say you're fitness lifestyle, or you want to go into e-com, or you want to go into talking software engineering. It'd scrape all of it by niche, top performing content. It would then automatically template that top performing content, obviously being able to identify if it is templatable content. There is some content that you can't template, for example, talking head. It would then automatically upload these templates. So from a customer's point of view, you would simply be able to drag and drop your content in there. Within this, I'd also have a camera roll sorting component using AI and image recognition to identify certain clip types and have a more organized camera roll, which is super important. So if you can connect an emotion to a shot and you can have that in your library, it makes content creation very easy. Because a lot of the time in storytelling, you're just sandwiching content together. That's sandwiching a visual with a verbal with a written. Those are sort of the three things that you can visually, it's called visual storytelling, and that's really what you're sandwiching together. So the more you can sandwich those things together, the better you're going to be and more proficient creator you're going to be, because the stories become very easy to understand. So yeah, the vision would be to have a piece of software that helps create content at scale. I sort of want to do what CapCut did to Adobe and Premiere Pro. I want to do that to CapCut in a way, where people can drag and drop their content and create top performing reels at the click of a button. So yeah, having a software engineer as a brother, incredibly helpful. So rest of the day, we're gonna go have breakfast with my brother, then we're heading out on a boat at 1, probably get some work done in between. Heading out on a boat, Rich's boat, with I think the whole crew. I think Jake's gonna come, Stella's gonna come, Bree will be there, Rawson, who owns Virtus. Be a good crew of us, and we'll just, yeah, I think just cruise. Pretty keen for that, so should be a good afternoon.
Shit crazy. Alright. Yeah. Promise I'll be alright. I've been placing my value off relevance in your life. Promise I'll be okay. Tell me that I be straight. Honestly, this been feeling like some shit that I can't shake. I need power to be present. Teach me how to stop deflecting every time you show affection. See my ego break to pieces every time I stand corrected.
I've just cracked the ND filter.
Pardon?
I think I just found the missing piece I needed. The ND filter.
What does it do?
It's like sunglasses for the camera.
Oh, is that what Jack had on his today?
Yeah. So it's super bright.
Oh,
Look at all these goodies. You put them in here. Final call of the night. Indy gets on a little pure body onboarding for the final call.
What is important to you?